You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
News Talk ZB, the Black Ferns look to go 2 from 2 in the Pacific 4 rugby series this afternoon when they play Canada from 4:35 in Christchurch. Joining us now, forwards coach for the Black Ferns, Dan Cron. Dan, how's the week been leading up to this test?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Obviously, getting down to Christchurch, my hometown, it's been good coming back here. But the girls have prepared well, and obviously a good win against America. But always plenty to work on there, and then a huge challenge this weekend against Canada, who beat America by more than we did, and put 30 on Aussie the other weekend. So it's a huge challenge that we're excited about.
What did your assessment tell you about last week? Because you went out to an early lead and then it felt like things began to not quite click as they were. What did your assessment tell you of that win?
Yes, it's a bit cliche is the way that I sort of described it after the game, where we got off to a start that you could only really dream of, really. Scoring those early points, and might have taken America a bit by surprise there. But the American team, coached by Mel Bosman and Milton Hagan, they're a pretty hardy bunch, and they tried and fought right to the end. So I'm not going to say our girls went off the boil a bit, but maybe thought the tries might come a little bit too easy. So that was a good wee test for us, and they've definitely shown us a few things we need to work on, especially around D. They stressed us there, and hopefully done us a few favours that have helped us this week leading into Canada.
As you mentioned, Canada 33-14 over Australia last week, and a big win over the United States as well. So I'm sure you've gone through the tape this week of those two games. What does it told you about what you might expect this afternoon?
Well, they're a very hardy team as well. They've been together a while, well coached. Most full-time professional or semi-professional. The whole front row play for Exeter Chiefs and Western Force. So obviously a huge challenge there. Like you don't have to be Graham Henry to work out that they've got a very strong maul. They've mauled for 100 metres in their last two tests, so we're expecting a huge battle there. Good couple of 7 superstars in the Good, and their number 8 fenced as the linchpin at line-out time. So, we've identified quite a few of the areas that we need to be on our game, but then hopefully we can nullify those and then take our game to them.
What's that challenge like, trying to stop a rolling maul that is seemingly rolling its way across the park at the moment?
Yeah, it's exciting. If I had my choice, Elliott, I'd just have 2 forward packs and no ball. So I'm not sure how many ticket sales would have for that. But mate, it's a huge challenge. I love the maul side of things, where it's the ultimate sort of scrum can be a little bit me versus her, but the mauls are, as I said to the girls today, we're a forward pack, not a forward person. So it's a joint effort from our forwards. And they're pretty excited about it. Like, we've got a plan in place, but a plan can only get you so far. So I'm personally really excited about it.
Minimal changes to the 23 made this week. Was that a concerted effort to keep the momentum that you got out of last week ticking along into this week?
Oh, I think so. I think we've got huge internal competition for spots. We saw that through Opeki. There's some girls that unfortunately missed out on making this team that are outstanding rugby players that wouldn't let the black jersey down. So we're just rewarding performance there and a little bit of consistency around selection. And we know the challenge that Canada have, and we think we're rolling out our best 23 this week to meet that challenge.
Eldora Etenu returning as well to the mix. How important can she be to this team?
Oh, massive for us with Dora. She's obviously a very experienced campaigner, over 20 tests for the Black Ferns at prop. Can play both sides, tight end and loose. So, she's one of the team characters as well, and probably one of our most loved players. But for me personally, as the forwards coach, just that experience up front. She's your ultimate nice, caring character player off the field, but as soon as those boots go on, she can be a bit scary.
As you mentioned, your forwards coach, you had 3 debutants last week. 2 of those are in the backs, 1 up front, and Mama Vaipulu in the second row. How did you assess her first test performance, and what do you want to see from her this afternoon?
Well, the real short answer to that is I thought she was outstanding, and what I want to see from her this afternoon is exactly the same. She was the form lock in OPEC, in my opinion, and she brings a lot of mobility and physicality to our game. What excites me about her, she's only been playing a few years off a volleyball background, and she's just getting better every day. So the future for her is very exciting. And looking forward to her putting the black jersey on again today. For me, the coolest part about this job is when the parents present the jerseys to her. I got to meet her mother and father, and then they're on the field at the end of the game. And when you're in professional sport, you just sort of sometimes forget around the family side of it and just what it means to everyone. And it's just something that the Black Ferns do very well.
Black Ferns forwards coach Dan Cron with us on Weekend Sport. A couple of final questions, Dan, if I can. You've had an 8-day turnaround into this one. You go into a 6-day turnaround next week against Australia, which I'm sure is next week's problem. But how have you managed an extra day? Has it been beneficial?
Yeah, it has been. An extra day is huge, just around recovery. Selfishly, I can scrum and maul more, which is always good. So. It just gives you just an extra day to breathe, review, preview, and you can sort of hit the ground running. And obviously the 6-day turnaround next week brings different challenges, but also has more positives as well. So it's just one of those things you get used to as a coach, dealing with turnarounds. Just got to make sure that you use everything to your advantage.
And just finally, this Pac-4 series with Australia next week, WXV to come later in the year, some big tests in terms of England at Twickenham. But how important is getting these 3 weeks right in totality so you can springboard into those challenges later in the year? Oh,
vital. It's we're under no illusions around some of the games ahead this year, and then you have your crystal ball it forward to the World Cup, hopefully. But we're building every day and building every week, and a good performance is a huge part of that, especially with the selection criteria and competition inside the team. So we're under no illusions that Canada are going to be a very, very tough opponent, and Australia will be even better for their game last week and playing America this weekend. So and every time you put the black jersey on, it comes with a responsibility to perform and win, and the girls are under no illusion there.
Thank you very much for your time, Dan Cron, the Black Ferns forwards coach. They're underway 4:35 over on Gold Sport and iHeartRadio. You can hear the call there against Canada in the Pac-4.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.